Hi, Math 30-2 students. Today we're going to finish up, or this video, we're just going to finish up practice number 3, three-circle Venn diagrams. So hopefully you tried this already. Now, if you haven't, pause the video and give it a good go. It seems a bit weird here. There's something covered up the Spanish there. Oh, we sneeze. Excuse me. All right. So I'm going to ask a few questions down here. You can see what the questions are before we start. Maybe you want to look. How many students are in the club? All right. How many members and how many students know exactly 2 languages? Exactly 2. So no more than 2, no less than 2. So here we got a modern language club here that consists of French, German, and Spanish. So I'm going to just label these 3 circles here. We've got French, German, and Spanish. Okay. What I know about the French kids is that there are 28 kids. I'm going to assume that, first of all, that if they're in this club, they got to speak a language. So I'm going to say there's no kids out in this area. There's no little goats. Okay, so our first goal is to find out how many kids are in these circles here. You know, there's 20 kids taking German, and there's 18 kids taking Spanish. Now, the most common answer for this, or incorrect answer for this, is just to add those numbers together. So, oh, I have French, German, and Spanish kids. Just add them together. But if I do that, I'm not taking into account the fact that there are some kids in both of these that are doing both, or all 3, or just exactly 2, is that's one of the questions. How many kids are taking exactly 2? What we know about the ones that have in common is that 9 study both German and French. So I know that there's 9 kids in this space here. Now, I don't know which of these 2 spaces it is, but I know it's this here. There's 9 in that piece right there. It doesn't say only French and German. If it said only, then I could say it's in this top part. But there's going to be 9 between the 2. So I have to figure out, based on some other information here, how much is in each of these 2. Okay. What I also know is 14 study both French and Spanish. So it's the same idea. So there's going to be 14 here between these 2 spots, but I don't know how much in each. And there's 8 doing German and Spanish. 8 over here. Okay. The same idea. I don't know how much in both of these 2 spots, but I do know the very last one here says 6 study all 3 languages. So I know there's 6 in this middle. So I could fill that spot in. But now I can start filling in the other pieces. Now, if 6 are in this bottom piece, and this little green spot I highlighted here already has to have 9, then there's 3 in that one. Okay, so I can just get rid of the green now. If 6 had to do this, and there's 14 in this kind of weird fisheye spot here, I just subtract 6 from 14, and I get 8. So there's 8 kids in there, and there's 8 in this piece here, so there has to be a 2 here. So that makes everything add up here. And then I can start filling in other pieces. Okay, how many kids only take French? So in the French circle, there's 28 in this French circle. From here all the way around. That's 28 in there. But I know 3 of them, I could just find this 4th one. I go 28 minus the 8, minus the 6, minus the 3, and you get 11. So there's going to be 11 in this spot. I could do the same thing over here for the German, only German side. So minus 2, so I'm just minusing here. So I'm going 20 minus 3, minus 6, minus 2. And you get 9 here. And then for the Spanish, I go 18 minus 8 minus 6 minus 2. And I have 2 kids that only do Spanish. Okay, so now I know all the spaces. I know everything that's supposed to be inside these Venn diagrams. I can go down and answer these questions. How many kids only, or how many kids are in the whole club? So I can just add all the pieces here. So I got 11 plus the 3 plus the 6 plus the 8 plus the 2 plus the 9 plus the 2. There's 2 2s there. So there are 41 students in this. I'm not going to go like triple these numbers up here. The 6 is only counted once. The 3 is only counted once as well. So just add every single one of these boxes together, and you get 41 here. How many kids do exactly 2 languages? So the exactly 2 language part here, sorry, highlighted red there, is going to be that space. That kid does exactly French, or those 8 kids do French and Spanish. These ones do German and French, or German and Spanish. These ones do German and French up here. So those 3 magenta areas are the kids that do exactly 2 languages. So I'm going to go 3 plus 8 plus 2. Could have done it mentally, I guess. Then we get 13 kids. There you go. Let's go down and answer this one here. So how many kids? So this, before we actually try to figure out what we're asking for here, let's just fill out our Venn diagrams. So 200 people are surveyed. So what I know is that there's 200 in this universal set. It could be anywhere. In this case, it could be some out here or one of the 8 spots in here. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, there's 8 altogether. There's only 7 down here. All right, so what I know is got hockey, badminton, or basketball, sorry, and tennis. We have hockey, basketball, and tennis. So those are my 3 circles. 54 play hockey, so all 4 of these spots, this spot, and these 3 spots, all 4 of those had to add to 54. Same thing goes with the basketball, and same thing goes with the tennis. Because they're not using the word only. If they said only hockey, then I know this piece out here is the 54. But because it says just plays hockey, all 4 of those had to add up. I think it's the same kind of idea that we had before. Actually, I'm going to work my way backwards here. I noticed on the very bottom, 10 play all 3 sports. So I'm going to put a 10 in the middle. So I covered that piece there. Okay. What else do we know? So 16 play tennis and basketball. 16 tennis basketballs over here. So 16's got to go in these 2 spots. So that means this has to be a 6 because I have 10 in the middle. 10 plus 6 is 16. So that one's done. Hockey and tennis. Hockey and tennis, 12. So that means 2 kids play hockey and tennis here because there has to be 12 in there because they already have 10 in the middle. And 22 play hockey and basketball. So 22, so that means there has to be 12 here because I have 10 in the middle already. Okay, so I filled out those pieces. Now I can fill out the rest. So I could say, okay, how many kids only play hockey? I can just go 54 minus the 12 minus the 10 minus the 2. So 30 kids only play hockey. I could do that for the basketball. I just punch my calculator here, sorry. Yeah, watching me do that. And 45 minus the 2 minus the 10 minus the 6 there ends up being 27. Okay. So let's figure out what they're asking here. How many of the group plays either, move this up a bit so I can see all the questions at once, play hockey, but neither the other sports. So they're actually saying how many kids only play hockey. All right, so we're to answer that question, 30 kids. Okay, what percentage of the group plays either basketball or tennis? Now percentage, it doesn't say how many. So this one here says students or players or whatever. This is going to be a percentage, but I know that the total for this is there's 200 people in total. So first of all, I want to know how many kids play either basketball or tennis. So basketball or tennis. Didn't say only basketball or tennis. So I can include some of those kids that play hockey. So it's everything in those 2 circles there. So I'm going to add all those pieces together first. Now I could subtract out the 30, but the problem is I haven't answered this out here yet. How many kids are doing nothing? That's the last question. We can figure that out too. Might as well just add everything in the circles. 45 plus 12 plus 10 plus 6 plus 2 plus 27. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 numbers. Yeah. There's 102 students play either basketball or tennis. Now, then what I do here is I go 102 divided by 200 to get a percentage. So this ends up being 0.51, which is 51%. So 51%. And we just times it by 100 to turn it into a percentage. How many do not play any sport? So that's a question mark on the outside here. So this piece right out here, do not play any sports. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out how many kids actually play sports. So I've already done 102. I've done this yellow circle. So I'm just going to add the 30 onto that. and get 132 students. And then I know there's a total of 200. So I'm going to go 200 minus 132. Oh, and get 68. So this out here should be 68. Out of here, our goats, what do you want to call them? So 68 students. Play, or don't play any of these sports. All right, they may play more than one type of sport. That's fine. They may play other sports, but we're not worried about those ones. Okay, for the next 2 questions here, we're just going to have to create our own Venn diagrams that solve us or help us solve the questions. So I'm going to draw a 3-circle Venn diagram as best as I could here. It doesn't matter if you draw the 2 circles on top. I'm going to draw the 2 circles on the bottom and have them all overlap nicely. Now we're going to do 3-circle Venn diagrams. If you want to search a 4-circle Venn diagram or a 5-circle, they get kind of crazy. We're not going to go that advanced. I don't even know who does go that advanced. You can make tons of different Venn diagrams, but they look kind of cool. But we're going to go 3. So we're going to do a survey, and there's 75 students being surveyed. So I know the universal set here is 75 students. Determine vacation patterns. They were asked if they have ever been to Hawaii, call that H, Mexico, call that M, or taken a cruise, call that C. 9 had gone on a cruise. 9 had gone on a cruise and been to Mexico. Okay, so I'm just going to put some more information here. I'm going to read them all first. 7 have been to Mexico and Hawaii. And 6 on a cruise and to Hawaii. 5 went on all 3 vacations, so that's nice. I'm actually going to use that right now. I'm going to put a 5 right in the middle. Okay. Of the 35 gone to Hawaii, 27 had not gone to Mexico or on a cruise. So 27 that went to Hawaii. Of the 35 who went to Hawaii, so actually I'm going to put that here, 35, 27 had not gone on a cruise or Mexico. So that means they've only gone to Hawaii. So I'm going to put a 27 here. So I'm just filling in the pieces that I know, right? There are some overlap pieces here I'm going to deal with in a second. 12 only went to Mexico. I'm going to put a 12 in Mexico. Okay. Nothing about only cruises here. Let's see if we can figure out from the other information that we skipped. So 9 had gone on a cruise or been to Mexico. So there's 9 in here, but 5 on all 3, so there's going to be 4 here. So that's going to be 9 altogether. 7 to be in Mexico and Hawaii. We'll put a 2 here because that's 7 in total. And 6 cruise in Hawaii, so there's going to be a 1 there. All right? Okay, I think that's everything I could fill in. I don't know exactly how many kids only went on the cruise at this point. But if I go down to question A, it says here, if 14 students didn't go on any of these vacations, how many went on the cruise? Okay, so what I know, based on just that, I know there's 14 kids out here. So, but I also know that if I add all these together, including that little X, I have to get 75. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go 75, I'm going to minus everything that we know from there. Plus 12, plus, I don't have any commas there, plus 27. So I'm going to just minus that out from 75. So go to 75, minus the 12, minus the 2, minus the 27. So just punch my calculator here. Minus the, what am I missing? 2, 12, 2, 27, 5, 4, and 1. So there's 24 there. So that's that X there. So I can put a little 24 in that spot. Did I minus the 14? Let me double check here. I did not minus the 14. I forgot about that. Yeah, I'm going to minus the 14. Sorry. So not 24 there. And minus that 14 by accident. So it's 10. So 10 people only went on the cruise, but it didn't say how many only went on a cruise, how many went on a cruise in total. So I got the 10 plus the 5 plus the 4 plus the 1. So 20 students. How many went on a cruise or went to Mexico? So that's looking for, I want this one, cruise or Mexico. So that's going to be all of this stuff down here. Right? I'm not worried about the kids that only went to Hawaii or the ones that didn't do anything. Now, there's two ways you could just add everything in the green boxes. You could also just say I had 75, minus the 27 that only went to Hawaii, minus the 14 that did nothing. I could do it that way. So you get 34. If I did this all correctly, if I add all those numbers together inside the green, I'll also get 34.